Good afternoon. My name is Bob Baxter, period. And I'm from Marten Falls First Nation. And I work for for my band on the all-season road project that we're working on. You know, when you see your community suffer some extreme conditions due to poverty, isolation, and just being remote, like our First Nation Marten Falls. When you see the prices of gas that are 3 times higher than Thunder Bay, when you want to come out to the city, you have to wait a few days for the transportation to come in. When you see your health services fail because of lack of transportation, it's time to do something, to move forward. And that's the vision of the Marten Falls Chief and Council leadership and members of the Marten Falls community. They wanted a better life for themselves, where they're not prisoned, I'll use the word prisoned, in a square box of land we call our reserves. Yes, we hunt and fish. We have our freedom to hunt and fish, which is a great asset for us. But when I was young, our way of life was trapping, stuff like that. I talk to the youth today, they tell me, your way of life is not my way of life. We want freedom to go in and out of our community. So that's, I start with that because it took, it's been a number of years now. It's been quite a few years since Marten Falls had wanted an all-season road. An all-season road that would provide access to places like Thunder Bay, Geraldton, sometimes to access better health, and to access cheaper items. My brothers and sisters, some of them live in Marten Falls. If they come out to Thunder Bay here, I think it's about $500 to get back, passenger fare. And if they buy about $500 worth of groceries, 500 pounds of groceries, if it came to 500 pounds, they're looking at another $500. So things like that is why we look at developing a route to the community so they can have a better life. So now Marten Falls is leading 2 roads in its traditional territory. The access road is it's a large-scale project meant to connect the community with the and support future access to the Ring of Fire. The Northern Road Link is going to be talked about by my associate. I'll call him my associate, Kwazam Sadiq. It's a First Nation-led project that will help connect Marten Falls and Webequie First Nations to Canada's highway network for the first time. Like I said, Marten Falls is a remote Indigenous community. It's about 423 kilometers from here, northeast. And it's situated at the junction of the Albany and the Ogoki River. And it's not, of course, it's not accessible by all-season roads, and instead must rely on a winter road network or airplanes for travel and to supply their communities with necessary goods and services. And of course, as we all know, our weather is changing. Our winter roads don't last as long as they used to, so the window for getting groceries or equipment is pretty low now. As proponents of the project, we are leading the assessment process in a way that mitigates environmental risks to the community, the people, and their traditional lands. We're also working with Ontario to achieve our vision. As a proponent, Marten Falls is also the most impacted community as to where the alleged road's going to be going. And we're combining Western science and our community's Indigenous knowledge for a holistic view. One of the things that the community members stressed when we started moving forward this community access road is to protect the land, to protect the water, protect the environment. So that they don't lose so that their way of life is not impacted in such a way that they can never get it back. We are also working with other interested communities to collect IK that will be used for the environmental assessment. Of course, like I said, this road is going to be an economic lifeline for the community in the ways that in the things I described earlier. This is a key economic reconciliation with the remote communities. Economic reconciliation with our communities cannot be achieved without this vital piece of infrastructure. As our chief said, Bruce Chimaneshka, this road is an economic lifeline for our communities, and it will bring jobs, training, and prosperity where our youth currently have no opportunities. Access to the provincial highway network means reliable access to, like I said, health care, improved education, lower prices of food and critical goods, faster travel, countless socio-economic opportunities for generations to come. I think that freedom, when I say faster travel, it's that freedom to be able to come out of your community whenever you wish, just like we all have here down south. These roads will eventually lead us to the Ring of Fire. We expect to work closely with neighboring First communities and mining companies to develop projects based on our requirements for environmental protection. We expect these projects to become a long-term source of social and economic development for us in the region. Miigwech.